Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode with yours truly, Counter Spell Hater, another Commander Guide, I should say. Before we get into today's video, please use my link in the description to help donate to fight against Charlie Cancer one cup at a time. $1, 100. You make a donation, you make a difference. You're contributing to the research to fight against Charlie Cancer. So make sure you share this video along with other videos from my channel with other people, so they can subscribe to your boy, like this video along with other videos from my channel with other people, uh, and so they can hit the notification bell so they don't miss another video of mine, of course, and so they can also contribute to the research via their donations, and so that they can make a comment on this video, making an EDH request. Remember, you make to make a request, just keep in mind the content that has already been featured on this channel cannot be requested, of course. So like the Red Terror and Goblins, that is content that is already featured on this channel. The Red Terror Instance and Sorceries is not. I think. Oh, you can also make standard deck tech request, arena content request, things like that. Um, and even if they don't, and just so you guys know, first come, first serve. I will get to everyone eventually in chronological order, of course. All of your requests will be fulfilled. Uh, so share this video along with other videos from my channel with other people so they can like and subscribe. Thank you to the 84 of you who are currently subscribed to my channel. Excuse me. Uh, you can be one of those people. Just subscribe, of course. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss another one of my videos. Comment on this video. Make an EDH request, your deck tech request, arena content request. Share this video. Like and everything. And I think that's it. So today we've got Titania, Nature's Force. This is the only episode you'll be getting from me for this week in actually quite a while, because of course Thanksgiving break. So tomorrow I'll be kind of trying to relax because going into Thanksgiving break. You would understand, of course. So we have Titania, Nature's Force. We may play forest cards from our graveyard. Whenever a forest enters battlefield under our control, we create a 5/3 green elemental creature token. And whenever an elemental we control dies, we may mill 3 cards. So we have cards that kind of contribute to putting forest cards into our graveyard. Cards that like forest cards in our graveyard gives us value off them, or gives us value off of a forest, or just lands in general entering our battlefield and other stuff. Or like we'll create tokens, just like Titania here. So we all of these cards in here either do one of those or a mix of those. So let's get started. Architect of the Untamed to make 6/6 creatures eventually. Avengers Zendikar make us a whole bunch of O1s that turn into really big creatures very fast. Azusa Lost But Seeking doubles up on our, no, not doubles up, but practically triples the amount of lands we are able to play in a turn. Beru Fist of Krosa can really buff up our board and give it trample, so it could end the game. Blitzforth Thrynax. We devour our elementals. We're gonna mill a whole bunch, and then from then on out, from the point we've played Bloodspore, our creatures are gonna enter in a lot stronger and hit a lot harder. Centaur Vinecrusher, it's gonna get bigger. Courser of Crucifix. Allows us to play more lands, play off the top, play lands off the top of our library. We play with the top card of our library reveal. Sorry, I don't know. Gains us life, help keep us alive. So does Grazing Gladeheart. Hormagaunt Horde. Can cast it for X equals like 20 or so. If we have the mana to do it, we probably will, because we're able to play a whole bunch of lands. Jadi Offshoot gains us life, so does Kazandu Nectar Pot. Kodama of the East Tree help cheat out lesser mana value permanents. Whenever we play stuff from our hand without using its ability, of course. Kodama of the West Tree to get lands onto our battlefield. Mycolith, make us a whole bunch of 1/1s. Oracle of Muldea helps us play even more lands. Ornn Reef Hydra gets really big. Rampaging Bellis makes us some 4/4s. Scare Tiller can get a lot of lands onto our battlefield. Skull of Grove Dancer can help gain us more life. Skull Mulcher can draw us a bunch of cards. Get a bunch of mill us a bunch. If we sacrifice a bunch of elementals. Spore Mound can make us a bunch of 1/1s. Thicket Crasher gives our elementals trample. Tireless Provisioner gives us food and or treasure tokens, depending on which we choose. Titania, Voice of Gaia, gains us life as land cards are put into our graveyard from anywhere. Turn Timber Basilisk. We can have all of our opponent's creatures block this and then swing in for the kill, and they're forced to block that instead of blocking everything else we have. Turn Timber Sower makes us some 0/1 blockers. Whenever lands are put into our graveyard, Uvenwald Hydra can get really big, help find the land. Undergrowth Champion can do that too. Can keep itself alive pretty well as well. Walking Atlas helps us get out more lands. Wayward Swordtooth, same thing. So does World Shaper when it eventually dies, of course. Then we have Nissa, Genesis Mage, Nissa, Vital Force, Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, Nissa, Who Shakes the World, Nissa, World Waker, and Renin 7. Then we have one Savage Conception, one sorcery. We'll be able to discard our forest cards, so play forest from our graveyard. This kind of feeds into itself. Get some 3/3s out. Coat of Arms buffs up our entire army of elementals, and if we give them trample, someone's gonna die, guaranteed. Eternity Vessel, we're alive for eternity. That's the name. Burgeoning. This basically makes, I just read the card and you'll understand it's basically impossible to kill us at that point when we get this out. This will be very soon. Thanks to Burgeoning, an opponent plays a land, we get to play a land. Death's Presence. Creature we control dies. We put X plus cards on target creature we control, where X is the power of the creature that died. Druid class does a whole bunch of stuff. That has to do with lands, of course. Elemental Bond draws those cards whenever we create those 5/3 tokens and put other creatures with power 3 or greater onto our battlefield. Of course, Life and Limb. Combine this with Spore Mound, and you've got an infinite combo that if you aren't able to destroy Life and Limb or Spore Mound, you cannot stop it. Because all forests and all saplings are 1/1 green sapling creatures and forest lands in addition to the other types. Spore Mound says whenever a land enters battlefield under your control, it just so happens to create a 1/1 green sapling creature token that's going to be a forest land in addition to its other types. So it's going to trigger itself again and again and again, and we won't be able to stop that. So that'll be infinite landfall triggers. Primeval Bounty. Cast creature spells, make a 3/3. Cast a non-creature spell. Put 3++ counters on target creature we control. Land enters the battlefield under our control, we gain 3 life. Retreat to Kazandu. Buff of a creature, we gain 2 life whenever land enters the battlefield under our control. We choose one. The Mending of Dominaria. Good card. Very good card. Can get creatures back from our graveyard into our hand. And when it goes to its final chapter, it's going to get a whole bunch of land cards from our graveyard onto our battlefield. Zendikar's Royal makes us 2/2s. Then for our lands, we have Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. So that Titania, Voice of Gaia, and Argoth, Sanctum of Nature can meld together. And this too mills as well. Blighted Woodland, Evolving Wilds, Myriad Landscape, and Terramorphic Expanse are all fetch lands. Then we have 45 forests. Tokens. You'll need 4/4 beast, 6/6 colorless beast, this beast, City's Blessing, elemental, food token, emblems, of course, plant, sapling, treasure, tree folk, 9 and 7's emblem, and a bear, of course. So permanents. There are 3 permanents with the mana value of 1, 4 permanents with a mana value of 2, 14 permanents with a mana value of 3, 7 permanents with a mana value of 4, 11 permanents with a mana value of 5, 1 spell with a mana value of 5, 8 permanents with a mana value of 6, 2 permanents with a mana value of 7. We have a 99.74% chance of playing these cards on curve. Ormagaunt Horde, Jodi Offshoot, and then Burgeoning. Well, on curve, not into it. 92% of 100% of all symbols. Let's see. Oh, and our average number of lands in opening hand will always be 3.54 because we're going to have 50 lands, of course. The cost of this deck comes out to be $183. Is that right? Yep. $183.99. So 184. So yeah, that is it, of course. And I'd say this is a pretty good deck. There's like a hand you can deal with. And as you can see, most of the hands that you're dealing with will often lead you to victory. Even if it doesn't seem like that. Maybe not that one. But this, definitely. I mean, you've got World Shaper, Azusa, Undergrowth Champion, Walking Atlas. What could possibly go wrong? Don't ask that question ever. With that said, use my link in the description. Help buy against Charlie Cancer, $100. Make your donation, you make a difference. Because you're contributing to the research. Share this video along with other videos on my channel with other people so they too can use my link in the description to help other people out with Charlie Kento, of course. Hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss another one of my videos. Subscribe, of course. Thank you to the 84 viewers who are currently subscribed. Hit the like button, of course. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. In the comment section, whether it's this video or another video, make your EDH request if you want to make it. Make sure that's not content that's already featured on the channel, and that someone has not already previously requested it. And if it's this video or another video, if you're first, you're first. First come, first serve, so get to the comment section. You can also make requests for like EDH stuff. I already mentioned that. Standard deck text, arena content, you know the deal. Other than that, if you don't want to, make a comment anyways. Since I forgot to give the shout out, I was meaning to. Thank you to Hi Ori for suggesting Moxfield to me, it's been a lot easier to view these decks, and generally I think it's a lot easier for you guys, and you can check them out now on Moxfield. So instead of having to look at some boring deck list, you can go onto Moxfield and even play test it for yourself. See where my skills would bring you in a commander game. Well, obviously you're not playing against other people, but still. And mostly, and it helps me find out like, how to budget my decks. I mean, most of my decks are like have apparently been coming up to be like two or so $100, on 100 if not 200. Not terrible. Could be definitely better. But if you want budget, just let me know. But that I believe is it. And actually, I'll be posting my other decks that I feature on this channel onto Moxfield. So go onto Moxfield and check them out. Give them a try. Let me know feedback on them. Please do. And I think that will be it. And in fact, Tokasia Dig Site Mentor, that video, that commander guide is now on Moxfield, along with a few others like Animar and Bladewing Deathless Tyrant. Won't forget about that one. Kind of expensive, but depends on how many cards you have. I mean, the lands are included. So if you have some of the lands, maybe able to cut that out and have some cards of your own. Like I said, excuse me, with these commander guides, these videos, they're guides for a reason. You don't have to use the cards. You can use some of the cards, none of the cards, all the cards. Really depends on who you are. This is just to get you generally pointed in the right direction. And now that I'm using Moxfield, you can test this out to see if this exact combination of cards is right for you, right for your play style, of course. And you can adjust if you get your own Moxfield account. I suggest you definitely try on Moxfield if you're building. You can see like prices like we won't be seeing Gaia's Cradle or Nyx Bloom Ancient anymore. We won't be seeing Old Navone anymore. Definitely way too expensive. I'm trying to cut down so it's at least somewhat budget. $200 or less. I think it's somewhat reasonable. Reasonable is a relative term around here in Missouri. I think that's it. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you sometime later. Goodbye.